evening, it's me, and I hope you know me by now. It's Joy. It's Joy Ruffen coming to you from the Sunshine State, Florida. Now, I'm never sure. Is it good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day? Maybe to a few of you, good night, wherever you are. Thank you for being here and sending your way all the best. Tonight, it's Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies, Living Legacies. We love this show because the whole intention is to bring you women who will inspire, motivate, and enlighten you and share their journey, their gifts, their skills with you. That's the purpose. And tonight, we're going to be talking, I put her in the group or in the category of cosmic healers. Now, probably not really, but just in that category, because so many people have heard the name and they know about hypnosis and what a hypnotist is, but they don't really kind of get it. That was me. And still there's a lot that I don't know. So I'm going to ask you in a moment or two to say hello to Stephanie DeWayne, who moved to Florida from Colorado to pursue her love of the ocean and enjoy the Sunshine State. She has been in the health profession for over 25 years as a dental hygienist. Yet she decided to get a certified medical hypnosis certification because this is what she discovered that she really loved and what she wanted to do. Now, I could go on and on and on, but I want Stephanie to come over and say hello and to share her story with you. So let me say hello to Stephanie. Stephanie, I'm bringing you over now. Hello, hello, and welcome. Good to see you here.
Oh, good to see you too, Joy. Thank you so much for having me on this show. I know it takes a little bit of prep to do this, and I really appreciate that you're able to share with your audience all the wonderful things that you enjoy and that you want to learn about. So thank you. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you because you know from our brief conversation that what you're doing is something that's intriguing to me, and I love it. So tell us as much as you're able to, as briefly as you can, but get us excited about how you came to become involved in the profession that you're in right here and now.
Well, yeah. So I was a dental hygienist for 24 years, and I was able to retire. It was a difficult profession on my body. And so I was able to retire, and I wanted to find something, my second career, because I was young, and I wanted to find my second career. And I searched for about 6 years of what I wanted to do, got into direct sales. I loved it, but it wasn't my passion. Yes. And so when in 2003, at the young age of 43, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And so I knew that there was something else out there for me. And I didn't want to treat my breast cancer 100% Western medicine, because I believe that, that everything has energy. And so when I was searching for an answer, I started searching out different modalities of Eastern and energy medicine. And I searched out Reiki.
Yes. We know each other briefly, but we know each other. And that I didn't know, because however we dialogue, that didn't come across. But this, I find, is why so many people go into Western medicine and they go into all other realms so they can discover the healing powers within themselves. So tell us more. This is interesting beyond.
Yeah. So I discovered Reiki and I loved it, but it wasn't anything that I felt compelled to put up my shingle and create a business out of. And so I was still searching and searching. And, when I was a hygienist, I had a patient who came in who ground her teeth, and she had to wear a bite splint. And I said to her, when did you, where's your bite splint? And she said, I don't wear it anymore. And I said, you have to wear it. You're going to ruin your teeth. And she said, no, I went to a hypnotist. This was 15, 16 years ago. And I said, give me that name, because I didn't believe her. So I also ground my teeth. So I went to the hypnotist and 3 sessions done, didn't grind my teeth anymore. That was 15 years ago. And I really didn't think about it. But what I did do is I remembered it from then. And my husband and I were talking, and it was just a conversation. So I was in direct sales networking, going to the networking groups. And I came across a woman, her name's Zolita Grant, and she's a wonderful woman. And she was a hypnotist, and she's been a hypnotist her whole life. She's in her 60s. And so I asked her, I want to know more about what you do. And so we had a few conversations, and it just kind of went from there.
That is fascinating. Did I hear you say that because you had the same symptom, grinding the teeth, that you went to a hypnotist and then 15 years later you decided to? What
Yes.
took you so long, my friend? What took so long?
Life, raising kids,
Yes,
just spinning that hamster wheel, you
I
know.
understand. I get that. And I'm sure the audience gets it too. Welcome, all of you lovely ladies out there and gents. What was the defining moment 15 years later that you decided to go in this direction, though?
Well, I knew that when I had my breast cancer 15 years ago,
Ah,
I knew that I was under a lot of stress, and my mother died of breast cancer at the age of 46.
oh dear.
And so when I was young, I was 12 years old when she was diagnosed. And I always told myself, I never am going to have breast cancer like my mom. And I would say it over and over and over again. And I thought about it all the time. And then when I was 22, she passed away. She fought it and she passed away. I still said, I'm never going to have breast cancer like my mom. Well, everything's energy and your thoughts become things. But the universe does not understand never. It just all it understands is breast cancer like my mom.
Oh my, that
So
is,
my thought, because here's the thing with hypnosis is when you have a thought, you have neurons and they're like little ganglion neurons, and neurons that fire together wire together. So it creates a thought loop. Okay. And so that thought that I had at a young age, breast cancer, never going to have breast cancer like my mom, I created that pattern. Okay. And that energy. And
yes,
the only way to change that, and this is called neuroplasticity. So neuroplasticity means that the brain can change, and you have to rewire the brain and change the neurons that are connected. So what we do in hypnosis is we recreate a different thought pattern, something positive, something that serves you better. So I had to change my thought pattern to, I'm never going to have breast cancer like my mom. Here's what's so amazing about this. When I was in the doctor's office and I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I know how to read x-rays.
mm-hmm.
So the x-ray's up on the wall and I'm looking at it going, crap. My first thought was, I did this to myself with my thought patterns. Now, did I? I don't, it can happen because you're creating that energy and you're creating those thought patterns, because what you think, you become.
Yes.
And I say that very loudly. What
Yes.
you think, you become. So your thoughts are so important, and your self-talk is so important.
Let me interject here for just a second, because what you just said is so simplistic and yet it's so powerful. It really is powerful.
Yeah.
Would you say in a nutshell that when it comes to hypnosis, that's what the power of it really is, helping you to, when you go into that state of being, which we'll talk about, it helps you to alter how you think? Is that part of it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's creating a new thought pattern. So, for example, let's say, and this happens all the time with a lot of my clients, okay? Way back when, and, I'm talking 30, 40 years ago, kids were in school and someone bullied them and they said, you're stupid. This is just an example.
Yes, yes.
And so, oh, you're so stupid. They hear that every day from the same bully. Guess what? When you're hearing that more than 4 or 5 times, you create a belief system. Now you can choose not to believe it, or subconsciously you can create that belief system. Or if a teacher tells you, oh, you're not very smart, which unfortunately it happens.
Yes.
Okay.
It does.
So you created a belief system from someone who was an authority figure or a bully or whatever. And even though you know deep down inside right now you're a smart person, you still have that belief system and that energy attached to it. So it can create limiting beliefs and blocks, and you don't even know you have it.
Yeah.
So what in hypnosis, what we do is we talk to the subconscious, we find those limiting beliefs, and we clear them out, and we create new belief systems of, I am a smart person.
Well, let me ask you, when it comes to, so many people are, what's the key word? So many people are afraid to submit and release.
Yes.
So how do you get them to get comfortable enough where they are completely free and open with you?
Yeah.
What is one of the secrets in how you do that?
Well, first of all, I create rapport with them. We have a conversation.
Yes.
And it's not a 5-minute conversation. It could be a 30-minute conversation. And we talk back and forth, and we make sure that they're comfortable enough to seek whatever they want to do and whatever they want to change. Okay. So a lot of it is creating the rapport with them, making sure that they trust me enough to help them. Okay. And then I also talk to them about what hypnosis is. And there's a big misconception about what it is.
That's exactly what I wanted you to speak to, because I was under that umbrella for quite a while.
Yeah.
And then at some other point, not now, I will share that story with you. But why are so many people under this misconception about what it is? Let's speak to that a wee bit.
Okay. So the reason why is because their experience of hypnosis is seen from the stage and on TV.
Yes.
And they think it's mind control.
Mm-hmm.
Because the hypnotist that is a stage hypnosis, and it's purely for entertainment, okay? They have people up on stage and they're having them do silly things. Things that, they wouldn't do on a conscious level in public. But here's the thing. They volunteered to be up on that stage. They knew what they were getting into.
Yes.
Okay? A lot of people raise their hand and run up on stage because there's a part of them that really wants to do that wants to be the life of the party or the show. Okay. Yeah. So they're volunteering. People don't understand that, because if you or I went up there, you know what would happen? We'd sit there and the hypnotist would say, go back to your seat, because we're not willing to release and let the process happen.
Yeah.
So
we don't surrender.
No, exactly. So when they're in my office, or I also do via Zoom, so I have clients all over the country, they're picking up the phone call and they're calling me because they want to make the change. So that's the first thing. They made a choice to give me a call and find out a little bit more about it, because they have the desire to make a change, whatever that may be.
Right.
So once we have the conversation, the easy part, my part is just really easy because they're already submitting to the process by picking up the phone.
Got it. Now, when we're through here, all of your links and everything will be put up. But one of the questions that I have for you, I heard you say, how do you market and how do people come to you overall? 2 or 3 examples of how they come to you, because I'm sure that there are many people who want to, and yet they hesitate for numerous reasons. How do they get to you? All of your links will go up and they'll be able to connect with you. But for us to know who are tuning in now, what are some means and ways that they connect with you?
Well, I do offer a free 10-minute phone consultation.
Great.
So they can give me a call. If I can't speak to them, or if they get a message, I'll call them back and we'll schedule the phone consultation. Okay. Once that's done and they think this is something they want to do, then we do a 30-minute free consultation, either in person or via Zoom. And I find out really we go a little deeper and really find out what changes they want to make, what problems they have, that kind of thing. And
now, let me stop you right then and there. Mm-hmm. This is not an easy question, and I know this, Stephanie, but I also know our audience. What are, let's say, 3 of the main concerns that people have when they come to you? They're coming to you. You spoke briefly, lightly about a couple in the beginning, but what are some of the, let's say, 3 of the main reasons that people come to you and they want to be opened so that they can do whatever it is they're here to do?
Yeah.
The journey, their purpose.
So one of the main ones is depression.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So depression. The other one is a lot of people have stuff. They just have stuff. And they don't even know that they've got limiting beliefs around it.
Yes.
So, for example, I work with a lot of professionals, executives and professionals who want to get farther in their journey with either their business or their job, but they're just stuck and they can't figure out why. So what we're doing is we're removing negative emotions that they've had in the past without having to relive it. But we're removing the energy that's attached to that emotion very easily and very quickly through hypnosis. I mean, very quickly.
I'm sure. Mm-hmm.
And then when I'm done with all those negative emotions, we remove the limiting beliefs they have. And then after that, we move forward into the future, into visualization and goal setting, and what they're wanting. And it's a system I use that really works. And so, one of the things that I'm one of the experts in, I got to say, is test anxiety for professionals, doctors, lawyers, dentists, nurses, teachers. They have to take their boards, they have to take their certification tests, they have to take, the MCATs, whatever. And they have a block. They've already tried taking it and they're not passing it. They know the information, but they have a confidence block or just a block. And we remove those limiting beliefs.
Yes.
And, I've had so far an amazing success rate, and hypnosis in general has amazing success rate on these subjects.
Okay, I get that, and I hear, and I have a question before I ask one other thing. When it comes to depression, which you tell me, I think it borders a lot on stress, right?
Anxiety, stress.
Anxiety and stress.
You know what? It could be hurt, anxiety, stress,
Yes.
money issues. It could be pain. It could be fear. I mean, there's a lot of fear involved. Yeah.
The reason I ask you that is because I think, you tell me, I'm not sure, a lot of people can be depressed and not really know it, not accept it, not acknowledge it. How do you get around that?
Well, there's certain signs of depression that people don't even realize. And some of it is lack of sleep.
Yes.
You can be depressed and not sleep, and you don't even know it. The other thing is, loss of appetite. It could be just your energy level is low and you just can't figure out why.
Right.
And, there's all different things that people think. People think depression is more of a, I'm going into my room, shutting the door, turning off the lights, and I'm going to be there for 2 months. That is a type of depression, but there's also other types of depression as well. Not wanting to go out in public or not wanting to be social, not enjoying the things you used to enjoy and not even wanting to do them. That's a form of depression.
Yes. And I think there's no question that having good friends around you, sometimes you need people to spark what you know and feel and sense and can't put your finger on, to help you and support you to get the help that you need. One of the verbiage that you use that I really like is limiting beliefs.
Yes.
Because a lot of people can have that, no matter how strong they are, how confident they are. And you said that you work with a lot of doctors and lawyers and people like that. People have so many misconstrued beliefs and understandings about human nature. And that's one, isn't it?
Oh, it really is, because sometimes we don't even realize we have limiting beliefs. I mean, for example, and a lot of women have this limiting belief of, I'm not good enough.
Right.
That's a huge one. And they can create that belief system when they're really little by someone, an adult figure, or someone just saying, you didn't do that right, or it needs to be perfect and you didn't do it right. A task, making your bed when you're a kid, doing the dishes, anything. If someone said to you over and over again, you didn't do that right, your thought process may be, I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
And so you created that limiting belief.
No question about it. We have a lady in the audience, and here's her question, Stephanie. She says, what is the difference between being a hypnotist or a hypnotherapist?
Yes. Okay. So truly the only difference is where I'm practicing, what state I'm practicing in. Because in the state of Florida, I cannot say hypnotherapist because I have to have a doctorate to be a hypnotherapist. But in the state of Florida, I can say I'm a hypnotist. So it's just verbiage and words.
We know about verbiage, words, words.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. You spoke to it briefly a moment or so ago when you said that it's about getting people to know, like, and trust you, and you build a rapport and a conversation with them.
Right.
And then when you do, tell us a little bit about, as much as you can, the process that you take them through in an actual therapy session. Is that possible?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So what, for me, I ask a lot of questions because I need to know where they're at. And it's not just for me, it's for them. I want to know what their true problem is. And sometimes it takes a while to get to it because you have a lot of little small problems that they think are the problems.
Yes.
But they're really not. There's one big one that's creating all that. And it could be, I'm not losing weight and I'm not moving forward in my job and just a bunch of little things. And when it comes down to it, it's fear. And we figure that out by a lot of questions that I ask them. So I'm asking a lot of questions. Okay.
I wanted to get to that because somewhere in the back of the noodle, I'm thinking, noodle for me is the brain.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm thinking, I bet outside of the limiting beliefs and the depression and the blocks that they have, that the underlying reason for that would be fear. Is there some sense of possibility within that statement?
Absolutely. But it's not necessarily always the answer.
Okay.
I mean, it could be, anger issues. It could be hurt. It could be any of those negative emotions. There's 9 or 10 of them that are really the basis of it.
Now, let me ask you this for my own edification. I'm certain it will be for the audience too. You mentioned 3 big words there in my world: fear, anxiety, and hurt.
Right.
How do they come together, or do they sometimes come together and combine in what you're getting to your clients and customers with as far as helping them to unblock that? Is there a blending of those 3 sometimes?
Yeah. Actually, there's a lot of different negative feelings. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I work with someone, we're releasing the energy that's attached to each one of those. And so a lot of the things I'm doing is anger, sadness, depression, fear, hurt, guilt, shame, anxiety. And so we remove all of those because we all have them. We all have stuff. We all, nobody walks through this planet without a little bit of trauma in their life. It's called life.
And you touch upon one of my favorite words of late. You know how we get these buzzwords and we kind of buzz around with them for a while and then we get a new one. And my word lately is stuff, because it covers a lot of territory. A lot of hurt, anger, fear, and anger. All of that can be balled and made into one great big ball. And you have to find ways to separate that for them. So there's clarity for them. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, the people who come to you, you've told us more or less the ones who do. How long does what you're doing to help and support them, how long does it last once they've unblocked whatever that block is? Yeah.
So as long as we went to the very first time they felt it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the initial event, as long as we get there, and we work from the past to the present, it's not going to be needed anymore because we've already done all the work. So now it's just the future, and you have all those tools you need because your subconscious is remembering all those tools that you had and all the learnings. So I call them learnings. Okay.
Yes.
So we're taking all those learnings with us into the future. So we're not keep doing the same old thing that we're doing. We're not recreating our past and all the negative stuff in our past, because now we have the tools and we brought them forward to use in our future and in the present, so that we don't react, we make choices.
I like that, choices. That's one of my favorite words. Are there people that you work with that just couldn't get to that unblocking? Is there a key that was just hard to reach and connect with them for whatever the reason might be? And if so, what would the reason be?
Yes. And it's because they're not ready to release it. Yeah.
This is what I wanted to get to, because my limited knowing, I know that sometimes we all react and keep things that serve us, we think well.
Yes.
Not always, but we
Yes.
feel it is. So it's better to go with what you're comfortable and what you're used to, as opposed to going through that glass, whatever, and breaking through to get to the reality of what you need to
Right.
really be healthy and free.
Yeah. So let me just go backwards though.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, because they're not ready. But as I work with them and that trust is created, usually we get there. Usually we get there. But it might take some time. It's not magic. Hypnosis is not magic. Okay. It's work, and it's the willingness of the client to actually open up enough to do the work.
Yes. And they have to believe in you and your ability to connect with them and help and support them. You know what they say sometimes, Stephanie, and I found this to be true. Oftentimes, people can see in you what you can't see in yourself.
Absolutely. So, I mean, here's what I tell myself and my family and all my clients is, when you get upset about something that happened to you or something that someone said, look in the mirror, because for some reason that triggered you. And the reason why it triggered you is because you see that in yourself. It's harsh, but it's true.
Yeah, it really is. I love the way you shared with us how you came to do this. I had not heard that before. And in that you're doing it for how many years now? I think it's quite a while you've been doing this, and it fills you up.
It does.
You know that you're helping, supporting, and aiding others to develop into, as Oprah would say, their best self. And that's what we all want to do. I think it's more than admirable, the work that you're doing. Is there anything that you want to, this is what Barb said. I'll put this up here, Stephanie. She says, I think what you just said about how does that serve you is a powerful message. And yeah, because sometimes people don't know what serves them best, and you need that second, third eye, and so on and so forth. What is it that you'd like to share with us? We're going to put up all of your links.
Okay.
We're going to put up your name so that people will be able to contact and get in touch with you. And there are many different avenues that we're on now. But is there anything you want to leave the audience with? Is there anything that and this is such a quick, fast-paced show that it's hard to cover everything. But is there one particular something or something that you want to leave us with? Or is there something you want to ask me or the audience before we move forward and we say so long for now? Is there anything at all, a question that you have for people in the audience, for me, or something you want to share with us, however you'd like to leave us?
Okay, how much time do I have?
You have a few seconds, minutes.
Oh, a few seconds.
No, okay. you have a few minutes. Take your time.
Okay. So the one thing that I'd like to share with everybody, and this is such a simple thing, is we're so busy. Our lives are busy. We're going, we're doing, we have tasks, and we're always on to the next. And we're not thinking about the present. And the best thing you can do for yourself, the very best thing you can do for yourself, is take 1 minute a day. And I say this to everybody I meet. Take 1 minute a day, close your eyes, and just focus on your breath. Just 1 minute. Just focusing on breathing in and breathing out. Nothing else. Put everything aside for just 1 minute. Close your eyes and breathe. And just focus as the breath goes in and the breath goes out. As the breath goes in, just picture relaxation. And as the breath goes out, release any stress and tension from your body. And if you do that just for 1 minute every day, you get clarity. You take a moment for yourself to just rejuvenate for just a minute, and it really makes a difference when you make this a habit. So that's what I would like to leave with your audience.
I love that, because I've had quite a few cosmic healers, and I'm putting you in that bucket, whether you want to be or not.
I'm okay with that.
You know what they all say, Stephanie? More or less in different verbiage, exactly what you said. Breathe.
Yeah.
Breathe in, breathe out, relax, rest, and get in tune and in touch with you.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful, beautiful ending. And breathing is so important in yoga and almost any and everything that you're doing. I mean,
it's important in everything you do.
Yes, no question about it.
Yeah.
Well, I cannot tell you how delighted I am that you decided to share this time and space with us. We have a wonderful audience that you could say hello to all of these wonderful people who are here and the ones who will come later for the replay. And let me say that I'm going to put you on the side for just now and say goodbye to the audience. But all your links, as I said before, will go up. And I want you to stay there for just a second. The audience doesn't know that you and I had a real fun time getting to.
Yeah. Seconds.
That's how it goes sometimes. So
Yeah.
thank you, my love. And I'll talk to you real soon. So hang in there.
Thank you for having me.
You're more than welcome. My pleasure.
Okay.
And to all of you, thank you. You know, this is a fun show. And sooner than later, when my guests come on and we finally get on, we have fun and we enjoy each other. I can feel it and sense it in my being. And the intention is to always bring you people that will inspire, enlighten, and motivate you to find out and learn more. So Stephanie is offering you a 15-minute complimentary session. So you're going to get all of her links and all of her information. Please connect with her, because if not you, you might know someone that can benefit by her service. And it is a service that she offers, and she offers it from her heart. You heard her beginning story of how she came to do what she's doing and what she loves. And need I say to all of you always, it makes me feel so good to look out and see you here. Hello, Alan. Good to see you here too. And Barb, great to see you here. Great message. Thank you, Barb. Yes, it was. Stephanie is a wonderful, delightful human being to be in contact with. So however you can, connect with her. And in the meantime, we're in the holiday season, and next Tuesday, there will be no Style with Joy. And next Wednesday, I'm not sure. I'll let you know. But either way, thank you for being here. I always enjoy your company. I hope you enjoy ours. I think you do. And you have a great holiday season if we don't connect again. And be well and take care of you first, as Stephanie said. And then you're going to be able, as she's doing, to take care of many, many others. All the best until we connect the next time. So long for now. Cheers.